you join me at the ruins of Windleshaw Abbey, a place where the veil of history lingers tangibly upon the stone, whispering stories of faith, devotion, mortality. Though time has reduced it, these remains are among the most evocative survivals in St Helens. The structure you see before you is not an abbey in the grand sense of the word, but a chantry chapel founded in the mid-15th century by Sir Thomas Gerard of Bryn. Sir Thomas, a knight of influence and piety, endowed this chapel so that the masses might be sung for his soul and for the souls of his family long after death. In an age where prayers for the departed were considered vital for salvation, the chantry was both a spiritual investment and a powerful statement of status. The building was dedicated to St Thomas Becket, the martyred Archbishop of Canterbury, whose cult drew pilgrims across England. Once this would have been a place of solemn ritual, with candlelight flickering against painted walls and Latin chants echoing beneath the vaulted roof. Today, only the walls remain, scarred but steadfast, their sandstone blocks softened by centuries of weather and silence. Surrounding the ruins, you'll find gravestones from the 18th century, their designs plain, yet marked by a quiet dignity. They lack the florid symbolism seen elsewhere. Instead, they bear simple inscriptions, carefully chiselled, often naming families who lived and died here in the growing industrial age of St Helens. The graves tell of merchants, labourers and parishioners whose lives were far removed from the grandeur of knights and noblemen. Their stones stand in ranks warmed by rain and moss, yet each represents a personal story of lives lived in the shadow of coal pits and glass works, of children lost young, and of families who found their final rest here in sight of this ancient chantry. The contrast is striking. On one hand, a medieval ruin, a remnant of a Catholic world swept away by the Reformation. On the other, the modest 18th century burials, the everyday folk of St Helens, resting in its embrace. Together, they form a layered history, a place where medieval devotion and Georgian mortality intertwine. Imagine for a moment the scene centuries ago, the chantry priest saying mass for Sir Thomas Gerard in the candlelit interior, his chants rising skyward through the now roofless stonework. Centuries later, a stonemason in the 1700s carving a headstone for a local family, its lettering crisp against the pale sandstone. And today we walk among them, inheritors of their memory. The ruin now open to the sky, the graves softened by time, but not forgotten. The Windleshaw ruins are, in many ways, a symbol of endurance. Through wars, reformations, and industrial revolutions, this place still stands. Its crumbling walls and plain graves remind us that splendour fades, but memory remains. So linger here a while, run your hands across the roughened stone, read the names upon the weathered graves, and know that in this quiet corner of St Helens, faith, family, and the fragile thread of human life are bound together across the centuries.